Oh God, thank you.
A spark ignites, it starts to burn. Through endless roads, no way to return. From crimson skies to wastelands torn. Myth and legend where stars are born. A million paths collide in the haze. Echoes of heroes lost in the maze. Flames walk in the multiverse. Through chaos and time we immerse. Legends rise and fade like sparks. Across the void we leave our marks.
They added like 3 times the amount of weaponry available in this vault. So they set it up so that the tensions would be very high. And then at the same time, there was a parallel cloning project that was going on, focused on, obviously, can you guess the name of the guy it was focused on?
Gary!
Yeah, you got it, buddy. You got it. So each of the Garys was grown in a lab, and there was some kind of defect in them that made Garys immediately hostile to anybody who wasn't a clone. And
Right.
they just kept making them. So
Mhm.
they made like 50 some odd Garys to the point where their observation rooms were overcrowded with them. So what happened was, as they go along, they dealt with escalating violence. So somewhere up in the mid 50s, one of the Garys actually injured one of the doctors. So they
Mhm.
started talking about destroying the extra clones to make room for further tests, and they basically just obviously treated the Garys as completely disposable. So you've got
He's-
like, yeah, I know, it's honestly, it's insane. Like, it's I would say that it's kind of impossible to think about the fact that there would be scientists willing to do this, but there are people who are missing fundamental parts of their humanity.
Whispers crawl through the cracks like spiders in the dark. Secrets slither, shadows dance, they leave a bitter mark. Lies wrapped tight like silk spun thin, choke in the morning air. The truth you chase, it runs away, hiding where you dare. In the heat of the night, where the fire burns cold, the answers you seek are stories untold, shaped by the light.
Listen. After everybody calms the fuck down.
Is anybody alive coming out of the movie theater? Or just dead people?
Just blood and body parts.
All right, well, I'm gonna try to go in again. And if I go
Alright.
back in time, I'm gonna shoot the lock a few more times and see if it works.
All right. Yeah, throw me a d20.
I've got a 3.
So you go in, and this time the force is more pronounced. It's more pronounced. It flings you back around a minute later. So you can feel the whiplash. More, it hits your neck, it hits your back. It's like you're almost trying to go through plexiglass. And the people going in, you're in the situation, you're just coming around the front, and people are going in, the door is closing. A minute later, the whole thing happens all over again.
Can I try to run in and get in there before the door closes and just force my way through?
The
Or am I too
door-
late?
Yeah, it's too late. So it flings you back the moment that you're coming back around.
All right,
Boom, boom, let the hollow idols fall. One by one, let the painted stories crawl till they're gone. Came and rose back, tear the mask, crack the act, strip the gloss from the lie, hear the old world cry. Came and rose back from the fire, from the black.
Don't you think your members deserve much better than we know about Tilly Norwood, and we're heavily monitoring the situation? Like, you guys are unfucking believable. You know that. You're supposed to fight on behalf of us. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be representing everybody here. I realize you can't have a crystal ball and you can't think 20 steps ahead. But you're supposed to have that clairvoyancy. You're supposed to think somewhat ahead. That's the whole fucking point. That's the whole point. You're supposed to foresee of problems in the future and try to stop them. That's why you have a collective bargaining agreement. That's why you went back and forth with the studios. That's why it was one of the longest acting strikes in history.
This is the LP shop, doors are open wide, so come on inside. Find a little piece of history and come alive, turn it up, let your story spin. Every scratch, every song pulls you back in. At the LP shop, doors are open wide.
As a kid, learning to play guitar, I used to put the album on. Not this album. There's a Fraley's Comet. It's called Live Plus One, and he opens with this song. And I used to learn. I would try and figure it out and play along to the album. I loved this song. And my buddy, who was a drummer, who I still keep in contact with, he learned all the drum parts on this song as well, with that drum solo in the middle.
So I'm guessing you're like a big fan of the song. Tell every just let's go into it. What did you like about the song?
Well, I mean, of course, first off, it's guitar driven.
Yeah.
Vocally, Ace doesn't push any barriers.
No.
But he's got a certain execution and a way he enunciates and the way he sings that I've always been attracted to. He's not the greatest singer in the world.
No.
I don't think he ever claimed to be, but there's just something cool.
Join the cameraman and his crew. Paint on my face, just a move. We are Yu-Gi-Oh! Club for life. Mark it on my skin, let's sign. From the campfire glow at night to the screen right in your eyes. Original stories, wild and true. You can feel them cut right through. Bring that spark straight to you. Every drop every view. Must see TV, join the tribe, cross the line. You'll do club for life. Say the word, you're inside. Must see TV, from the cave to the timeline. You'll do club for life. Raise your hand. That's the sign. That's the sign. We don't scroll, we arrive, shouting names side by side. When the caveman calls, we rise. Hear that thunder in our cry. From the first beat, we commit. Once you're in, that's it. On the banner we left. Whole world watching this. Must see TV. Join the tribe, cross the line. You're your club for life. Say the word, you're inside. Must see TV. From the cave to the timeline. You're your club for life. Once you're in, I'll get them for life. I'll go, call it out. I'll go, never doubt. I'll go, side by side. You did club for life. For life. For life. Must see TV. Join the tribe. Cross the line. You did club for life. Say the word. You're inside. Must see TV. From the cave to the timeline. You did club for life. Once you're in, you're in for life. A spark ignites, it starts to burn. Through endless realms, no way to return. From crimson skies to wastelands torn. Myth and legend where stars are born.
A million paths collide in the haze. Echoes of heroes lost in the maze. Planes walk in the multiverse. Through chaos and time we immerse. Legends rise and fade like sparks. Across the void we'll leave our marks. Planes walk in the multiverse.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a brand spanking new episode of Planeswalking the Multiverse Fallout. We got a gaggle of people back there. We have, for the last time, oh, I'm sad, Mossy.
Don't be sad.
I'm sad, dude.
I'm sad to go. I understand.
I'm sad, dude. We have Dorito. No Doritos today.
No Doritos today. Maybe next time.
What did we say? We said that's your thing.
I know. I kind of spaced out a bit this past Wednesday.
You're fired.
Oh, no.
Anyway, no, I'm joking. We have the shade of red himself, Crimson.
Hello.
How's it going, Crimson?
Good. Yourself?
Good. I'm excited. We got like a it feels like a functioning team. And then we got the one and only, the king of the purple. All kneel down to his purpleness. Your Grace, Mike Hatcher, aka the Magic Historian. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, just mildly unsettled after hearing this is some kind of spanking episode and then hearing the disembodied voices of multiple dudes.
Yeah, we should have had women. We should have replaced all of them with women. Then we would have to worry about, different things like sexual assault, stuff like that. Because women are a different breed. You look at them wrong, you're like, oh, bad caveman. I can't fucking see.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I'm
They
giving
can't
you my
accuse you of looking at
resting.
them wrong.
Yeah,
You're looking at a lamp over in the corner. You don't even
I'm
know.
giving you my resting bitch face. Dude, I can't fucking see. How you doing, my friend?
I'm good, buddy. How you doing?
I'm doing good. So we're going to try to finish up the vaults. I mean, there's a lot of vaults out there.
True.
But there's a lot of world that we have to left to explore. So this is part 3. So my friend, let's do it. We're picking up with the vaults from last episode.
Absolutely. So, I mean, you're right. There are a ton of vaults, and if we just covered vaults, we would probably be doing literally every episode before, like all the way until we were done Fallout, just talking about vaults.
Yeah.
So, we'll talk about a few more interesting ones and wrap up our vault conversation with that. So, last time I told you about this crazy child soldier program. So, we started with that vault. That's Vault 75, and it's really messed up. Like Vault Tech, obviously doing their scuzzbag bullshit, told people, "Oh, hey, bring your families in here, right? And everything's going to be all right." But they essentially, the first thing they did was make sure that it was full-on families that they were bringing in, and then they separated the parents from the children and took out the parents. Just, all right, we're going to kill off the parents to begin with, because what they wanted to do was create obedient super soldiers. They wanted to refine human genetics. Basically, they were looking for superior humans in every way, physically, mentally, and also get rid of any sort of undesirable genetic traits. So we're talking selective breeding, hormone treatments, manipulating their genes, obviously messing with their minds, psychological operations intended to get everybody, marching in lockstep. It's like they're trying to condition them for military operations. And then it gets crazier, where they literally harvest these kids' organs and genes, right?
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, it's basically like the
Holy
nuclear war.
poop!
Yeah, it's fucking wild, dude. You have everybody shows up at the vault. They immediately separate the children from the adults, telling the adults, "You're going to go to orientation," and the orientation is getting oriented with a bullet in your skull.
Jeez.
So, yeah. So what Vault-Tec wanted was moldable children that wouldn't have their parents influencing them in any ways. And the children were basically given a particular set of lies that they were all indoctrinated with. So
holy shit.
Yeah, bro. Like outside the vault, the outside world was a wasteland that they called Up Top Land, because obviously they're dealing with kids.
Yeah.
And these kids are going to be future heroes. Their purpose is to basically go back and reclaim the world for mankind, save the surface world, be the heroes. And
let me guess. None of that happened.
You are correct. Good. What a good guess, man. You're picking up picking up on the themes of what's happened already.
Mike, you get fucked.
So basically the kids were told, like, work really hard and you will graduate and go on to save the world.
Yeah.
The kids never find out their parents have been taken out, and this is essentially like a lab combined with like a military academy for children. So the kids, they undergo combat drills, they're trained with weapons, they're running obstacle courses, doing different things to build up their endurance and test it. Same with like their strength. They run them through like combat simulations, all of this stuff. Some of the kids died just from the training. So
holy shit, dude.
Yeah, they would like collapse and then just, oh, okay. Like some of them straight up died. And then they were also not just like physical, but there was mental evaluations as well, where they wanted to figure out how well they dealt with scientific concepts, their tactical reasoning for
Yeah.
battle. Obviously, obedience in a military chain is a big
Yeah.
thing, right? And then you also want good problem solving skills and people who are psychologically stable, right? So they're looking for
Like
the
that.
best.
I like that psychologically stable. And you created
Yeah.
like
How many people do you
get the
know?
fuck out of here.
Yeah, how many people are actually psychologically stable at
Yeah,
all, right?
right.
So these kids were obviously manipulated on a whole bunch of different levels, and emotionally they were like trained that loyalty to their vault was the biggest thing, and that if they failed in any way, that meant they were weak. They needed to be terrified of the outside world and really strive towards graduation. So basically, graduation was if you survived up to the age of 18, then you would get to graduate. But the graduation isn't the kind of graduation that we're familiar with. What happened then was they would separate the kids out into different categories. So the ones who were the best, the most winningest kids who had exceptional genes and high class physical traits were harvested. So they would literally take.
Jesus, dude. Holy
I know, right? Like you go through all this, you give it your all. You're trying to be a hero for the wasteland. They tell you, "Oh, you're going to be a hero." And then they pull out your organs, they take your tissues, they harvest your reproductive organs, take your DNA, sequence your genetic structure, all of it. It's absolutely
Jesus
wild. And
Christ.
then they use that to basically create improved future generations, right? So it's like a ongoing process.
So they didn't
So
get a couple of young teenagers together and say, "Hey, make a baby."
no, they definitely did not.
Okay.
That would be too unreliable, the results, you know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah.
And so they didn't just harvest children. There was another version of sorting where if they had highly intelligent students who had a high level of obedience but weren't in the physically weren't in the top tier physically,
Yeah.
they were basically brought into the science division.
Yeah.
So they would become the next generation of researchers. So basically, you become 18 years old, you're really smart and obedient. They bring you into this program, and now you are responsible for helping to run this program, harvesting other students, right? So
Right.
you're 18, but you grew up with some of these kids. So some of these younger kids are your former friends and classmates, and you're literally joining this process and harvesting them,
Yeah.
taking them to their deaths, which is, I don't know, that is one of the biggest mind fucks I think out of any
Yeah. Me too.
of
Yeah.
these
Holy
vaults,
shit.
right? Like
Right.
so intense. And then everybody who didn't make the grade in either of those categories were just straight up executed. And they basically went ahead and said, "Oh, we're going to give you all graduations," and then they would just kill them and incinerate
Jesus,
their
dude.
remains. So
It's
yeah,
like the boys. Jesus Christ.
it's
like
wild.
the things. Like, yeah. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh,
and
shit, dude.
you asked about like reproduction. Basically, they cultivated artificial, like they cultivated, I should say, the embryos through artificial non-procreation methods, and then they basically like took the reproductive material from the kids and then
Jesus.
genetically engineered.
Holy shit.
Yeah, yeah. So it's just an endless amounts of children used as breeding stock. At a certain point, you end up having some of the children figuring out the truth and some of the younger ones rebelling. They're getting help from some of the scientists because, I mean, at the end of the day, some of these scientists,
Are fucking
like,
human.
obviously, yeah, exactly. And they know, like, no amount of obedience and intelligence is going to,
Yeah.
like, really help you reconcile what you are doing to these other kids. It's genuinely horrific, right?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
putting these kids through all these combat simulations, telling them they're going to save the wasteland, and then just harvesting them for their organs.
Right.
Absolute madness.
Yeah.
So that was Vault 75. Next,
Okay.
we'll talk about Vault 21, which is not actually horrific at all. It's kind of an aberration in that nothing really awful happened. This is one where the idea of Vault 21 was, it's in like Vegas or whatever, and all disputes were settled through gambling. So everybody in the vault.
like that, like the school. What's that anime on Netflix where it's a gambling school?
I've never heard of this. What is
yeah,
it?
Oh, dude, it's fucking great. It's
Is it?
one of you Three Stooges. Look up that show for me on the on Netflix. It's an anime and it's about a school of gambling. So yeah, until they find out, let's
Yeah, that's fine. We'll continue, and then you can tell me the name in a bit. That's cool. So, basically,
wait, what?
Is it Kekagori?
Yeah, Kekagori.
Okay.
Yeah, it's thank you, Mossy.
Does it have an English name as well?
No. It's English dub. There's a dub on Netflix. It's really it's great, dude. Like it's horrific. It's like it's if you're into Asian horror, it has a little bit of that feel. If you love like The Promised Neverland, if you enjoyed that.
Bro, Promised Neverland is so fucking dark and messed up. I
Dude.
watched that and I was
Dude.
just like, holy shit.
Yeah, don't watch season 2. Don't watch.
I didn't.
No.
Season 1 was amazing and ended
Don't-
everything.
don't
I
get
feel like
the-
season.
yeah.
How are you even going to go further than that? Like
Don't
it's
get
just going to be
don't get
whatever.
the manga. Don't get the season 2 on Crunchyroll. Don't just pretend it just ended at season 1. Just pretend
It did, as far as I'm concerned. The whole story's been told. There's nothing more
Yeah.
to do after that, right? Like,
Yeah.
once they're out, bro. You know.
Right? Yeah.
So this isn't the same scenario then, because there's nothing horrific about this vault. Basically, the vault was set up to
Well,
like
it's gambling,
reinforce.
like Karu, something. It's like that anime skull. Anyway, you should look it up on Netflix. It's really fun.
I will check it out. So yeah, this vault doesn't have any horrific elements like you were talking about. So obviously the show you're talking about is a little darker. This is like everybody in the vault is equal and you will sort everything out through gambling. So everybody has a chance and like you just kind of rely on Lady Luck. So basically in this place, they have blackjack tables set up that are specifically used for major decisions and policy disagreements. Like if you felt like the policy of the vault should be something else, you could literally like gamble. You would have different parties and they would gamble. So it's a democracy by gambling society, a luck-based merit culture. And it was a social experiment by Vault Tech to see if chance could replace the normal sort of governmental factors, right? So unlike most of the vaults, they didn't set this one up to hose people. They just wanted to see what happened. Everybody just lives a normal life here. Nobody went crazy. The vault didn't break down. The experiment didn't go wrong. Everything just kind of like flowed normally until somebody from outside came along and essentially gambled to take over the vault. So there was like somebody, like you had the isolationists that wanted to stay in the vault. Others wanted to go and join the outside world. And so that was resolved through gambling. A massive blackjack game decided their future. And so then somebody from outside of the vault basically won the vault and turned it into like a tourist attraction.
Yeah.
So that is, I figured you'd enjoy hearing about one where everything didn't go horribly. You know what I mean?
I thought, I'm like, oh, it's gonna twist. It's gonna be like Jigsaw in here, but it never did.
No. There's no dark twist. There's no real hook. Honestly, all on its own, it's kind of boring, but it provides a nice contrast to all the fucking dark shit. Like, guess what we're doing? Guess what we're gonna do now? We're gonna talk about a fucking another vault where things go horribly wrong, because that's how it normally goes.
Yeah.
So we're going to hop over from Vault 21 to Vault 22, just one up, and we get into a much worse situation. So the official mission of this vault was an agricultural one. What they're looking to do is increase crop yields, create drought-resistant plants for the wasteland, improve pest resistance, basically things that are going to help sort out food shortages in like desert areas and stuff like that, right?
Right.
So they bring in a bunch of people who are botanists, horticulturists, agricultural researchers, ecologists, all this, like everybody is dedicated to like plant science action. Right. And They had massive hydroponic systems, oxygen recycling gardens, food production labs, even cave ecosystems, and research wings dedicated to pest control. So
Oh,
this
that's
one didn't.
cool.
Yeah, this one didn't actually have any real negative intentions from Vault Tech, but it ended up going.
Until
It's still no, it's still it wasn't Vault Tech. Vault Tech's not responsible for this. This is just basically bad luck. There was a genetically engineered fungal organism that was developed for biological pest control. It was called Bavaria morticana,
we
and
go.
yeah, it was intended to get rid, like, infect insects that destroy your crops, spread efficiently, be able to survive in the wasteland, and most importantly, just kind of be like natural pest removal, so you're not dealing with crazy
I get
chemicals on the
you.
food.
Nothing sinister here.
No, not until they not until they found out that this stuff, the fungus, could infect humans too. So
I knew it. Boom! Instant
Yep.
Borg.
yeah, it becomes, well, the stuff becomes airborne, right?
Oh,
So the fungus eventually becomes airborne in the vault, and then you go through a terrifyingly slow process of being infected. So you start out, you got coughing, chills, fever,
Yeah.
kind of like pneumonia, having a
Yeah.
hard time breathing. So initially, it just gets written off by these people as like a regular illness.
Yeah.
But then the fungus spreads throughout the body, and you start to have your organs shut down, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And on top of that, once you get to the point where your organs are starting to fail and it's enough of it's in your body will not accept any antifungal treatment. It literally doesn't
Jesus.
work. So once the people died from organ failure, the fungus would then fully colonize the corpse and reanimate the body. So
Oh God! Here we
yeah,
go with the zombies.
they're not really zombies. They're more like
Not really zombies.
like puppets of the fungus. Like, think about those ants that get infected,
Yeah.
and then they just climb up to the very top of the colony and stay there while the
Yeah.
fungus kind of bursts out out of them all over the colony.
Yeah.
It's more like that. It's not like
Oh.
zombified, we're going to eat your brains and whatever. Like, it's more just you're a corpse controlled by fungus. I mean, you could argue if you want to call it a zombie, but it doesn't. It's like it's, I don't know. It's not 100%.
It's not
Not
100%.
100% zombification,
Let's just
right?
say 85% zombified, and the other it's fungi. So it's okay. It's fine. They're
Yeah,
not.
fine. However you
They're
want.
like a
I mean,
zombie hybrid.
we're just splitting hairs, which is kind of hard to do with you.
Yeah. Because I'm bald.
So yeah, basically corpses start getting reanimated, and then obviously panic spreads throughout the vault. The attempts at containment failed. The more and more people end up getting infected. These little fungus people, well, they're not little, they're regular size human, infected with the fungus, would basically just like squat down and just hide and
Yeah.
just wait for somebody to come by, and then just kind of booger out at them, bam, and then
Yeah.
infect them with the fungus. So basically you end up with entire sections of the vault overrun. The fungus actually starts covering the walls, and it even affects like other life forms in the vault. So praying mantises,
Oh,
like
God.
regular praying mantises, mutated into gigantic praying mantises. So on top of the whole fungal epidemic, you literally have gigantic praying mantises
Yeah.
fucking people up.
Jesus.
And apparently this fungus was hardy enough that when the vault got opened and the infected people, some of them escaped out into the world and spread it like just further. So there are
Yeah.
other parts of the world now that have it as well.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, dude.
I know, right?
Fucked up.
Absolutely wild. Just
Any other vaults you wanna touch on before we wrap it up?
yeah, you know what? Let's talk about Vault 106. We'll
All right.
wrap it up with Vault 106. So, the idea behind this is where we get back to Vault Tech just being complete fucking dickheads. So we'll end it off with them pulling this shit. So
Yeah.
the straight up idea is, in a nutshell, what they're gonna do is they're just going to release psychoactive drugs into the air filtration system of the vault, and
That works Every
Yeah, no,
single time.
nobody was told, and the purpose was to study things like long-term psychosis,
Jesus.
group paranoia, hallucination, social collapse, behavioral degradation under chronic chemical exposure. Just sounds like my life, and then human adaptability to altered reality. So
What? Oh no! What the fuck?
yeah, the only person who knew what was happening was the overseer.
And
So
Crimson, did you know this was happening in Vault 106?
I did.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
didn't do anything to help anybody, you fucking monster.
yeah,
Psychoactive drugs in Vault 1.
yeah. You're, yeah.
Yeah, the one
Yeah,
where
yeah,
you
yeah,
walk
yeah.
through
Yeah.
and you start seeing the pre-war world.
Jesus Christ, you're a monster. A monster.
Out everyone in Vault 106, and I rated it for all the loot and holotapes, man. Forget
Just
the bobblehead.
huff enough air to get high, get the hell out with the gear, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, the overseer tells the security staff just to lie to residents because they would notice that, like, okay, the air smells a little weird, it tastes strange or whatever. So just tell people there's a slight irregularity in the filtration system. So 10 days in to them, basically, like, it was times that the first 10 days is normal. Day 10, boom, they release these drugs into the air, and the residents are just sitting there constantly breathing them. It was long-term exposure, completely unavoidable. They ended up with visual and audio hallucinations, paranoia, disassociation, delusions. This triggered a cognitive collapse, severe psychosis, violent behavior. So the vault just descended into absolute chaos. We're talking riots, people killing each other. The infrastructure fell apart because who's going to maintain it,
Yeah.
right? Like, they're literally all fucked in the head.
Who
Social
would
order
have thought this
collapses.
would happen? Who would have thought?
Obviously Vault Tech, right? So some people tried to escape the vault. Some people tried to just, like, hide out in their own little room or whatever. And then you just had a bunch of lunatics running around as well, who weren't basically coherent enough to either figure out to run away or to hide. So some of the people did end up possibly getting out of the vault, but they didn't last very long because they were, like, permanently psychotic and very primitive in a lot of ways. Like, they might pick up a table leg or something like that to try and take you out, but they weren't really capable of like, intelligent level thinking. So they're just running around attacking people. And apparently the vault is set up in a way where the drugs in them, in the air or whatever, is literally still active hundreds of years later. So they literally, the filtration system never stopped pumping
Super
drugs
meth.
out into the air.
It's super meth. I know. I knew it.
Absolutely wild. And it'll make you, like, hallucinate people from your own past and stuff. It's
super heroin.
Well, yeah, I don't know about that one, but, you know, whatever, same difference.
Yeah.
So yeah, that seemed like a pretty good one to end it off on.
Yeah. I 100% agree. God damn, this world is fucked up.
Yeah.
I love
sure
it.
is.
I love it. Yeah. So, guys, we want to know what you thought of all this stuff we talked about for all these parts down below in the comment section. I'll be back tomorrow for a brand new episode of The Captain's Chair, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, as we get to season 3, the Year of Zed. We got great things planned for that. Mossy, thank you very much. I love you, buddy. You always have a home here. You can always come back. I really appreciate you, my friend. I really, really do. So, guys, until tomorrow, take care, be safe, be well, hug your moms for me, and we love you all. 50,000 plus and UGG Club for life. Peace.
Shadows whisper, forgotten lore, machines of war, they thirst for more. Eldritch gods with unholy light, the stars are alive, they burn so bright.